Hello and Merry Christmas in July, and welcome to another episode of Cowbells and Conversations. I am so passionate about being kind all year long. And our guest today is someone who works for the Children's Cancer Association, and I've partnered with them for over 9 years to bring joy and toys all year long. So our Christmas in July is going to be even bigger this year. It's going to be all virtual and very easy for you to participate and make someone's life just a little bit better. So please help me welcome my guest, Amelia. Woo!
Hello,
Hi.
it's so good to be here.
Hello, fellow reindeer.
Indeed, yes.
I love your Christmassy outfit.
Thank you. It felt appropriate for July weather, but in holiday spirit.
Well, I love it. Yeah, today I actually was playing Christmas music. And it's amazing. Children's Cancer Association always talks about the power of music, but it made me even in a better mood. Like I'm singing It's the Most Wonderful Time, even though it's July. But I love music. So anyway, tell us how long you've been with the Children's Cancer Association, and also where are you right now? Because I know that you help Santa in the North Pole, but right now, where are you?
Yes, very good questions. So I've been with the Children's Cancer Association for a little over 2 years. A lot of that has been during a pandemic, which has been an interesting journey, but a big learning one for me, of course, which has been great. Typically, I do work at the North Pole, but currently I'm in my house in Milwaukee.
And that's Milwaukee, Oregon, not Wisconsin, right?
Yes, good distinction. Milwaukee, Oregon, not so far from the CCA office in Portland.
Okay, fabulous. And do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog, Sadie. She's 6. She's not on the call with me right now because she just had leg surgery. But
oh no.
I know.
I hope she feels better. Yeah, because animals have also been a huge part of joy this last year and a half. So I always like to meet people's animals if they're.
I know. Yeah. I would normally bring her to the call if she could hop up on me. She loves to do that during Zoom calls. It's very professional.
But it's been a human connector, like to meet animals, kids. Like I feel like I've gotten to know people at a whole different level. So.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So Children's Cancer Association was founded over 25 years ago. And Regina Ellis started it after her daughter Alex died of cancer. And she really wanted a bigger influence in the hospital of moments of joy. And so I've been involved for over 10 years, and I'm always so inspired by what happens. And so I was a chemo pal, and I know that you are in charge of the chemo pal program, which we're going to talk about. But when we could go to the hospital, I remember going to the big toy closet, bringing my duffel bag and like figuring out what toys my kiddos would want, going into the hospital and spending time with the kids. And it was so meaningful for the kids, but also for the parents, just to have a quick break, whether it was to go down and shower or have a meal, so it's really helping the whole family. During the pandemic, it totally changed as far as how we looked and reimagined what we could do with joy. So tell us, how did CCA really start to adapt to this where we could still bring moments of joy to kiddos?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, in all of the programs the CCA has, the pivoting to the virtual world was so quick and so massive and has really taken hold, which is great. Our music program is serving hospitals all across the nation, which we couldn't do previously because the internet has offered us that silver lining of this whole past year. In our mentorship program too, we've done a combination of things. We've had matches find new ways to connect over Zoom and FaceTime and texting, which in some cases is hard, but in a lot of cases it means kids are connecting in time frames that they wouldn't have been able to otherwise. If their mentor came typically to hospital appointments, that's usually Monday through Friday, sort of during business hours. But now they can play a game with their mentor on their phone at any time of day, on the weekend.
Yep.
Kids who don't live in Portland and live far away, they can still connect with their mentor even when they're not physically in Portland. So that's been an interesting change. We've also done a lot of care packages. So you mentioned our big toy closet. We do still have that, and we are still pulling from it. And so when we find out that someone's going to have a long hospital stay, or maybe somebody just got home and they're finally seeing their siblings for the first time in a couple of weeks, we can put together a care package for them, for their siblings. And we pull all that from the toy closet. We're able to send it directly to their house.
Oh
So
my gosh,
there's
I
been
love
a lot of pivoting and doing all kinds of new things and finding ways to still make life fun, because we all need it, especially during this year.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you really customize what you bring the kiddos. Like you find out exactly what they want. And so when we've done this before, we've had a wish list and it's super easy. I love how organized you all are as far as Amazon, exactly what you want, you can put in the cart. But so last year, it was so fun to watch the packages like stack up in the office. I asked for photos and I was like, thank you so much. Because everyone, like you said, it's such a bigger reach that we can ask people to help bring these moments of joy. So this year, what are you looking for? What do you really need?
Well, such a good question. And you're right, we do customize the closet and what we have in there based on our kids' needs. And so we try and make sure we have a diversity of items in terms of age group, in terms of developmental stage, just interests in general. So we have to have a lot of stuff in there. So
Yep.
I can tell you a few things.
Yes.
In terms of toys, our number one item, and of course I have props with me.
Yes.
Our number one requested item is Lego kits.
Ooh.
Lego kits like this that are some kind of theme, that have something that you can kind of build and put together. They're great for kids of all ages. You can get really advanced sets that tend to be a little more pricey, but you can also get really simple sets and mid-range too. So they're really great for kids that are interested in crafts, in STEM, all kinds of stuff. They're also really good for matches who are doing stuff over Zoom together.
Oh.
We can get two of the same kit.
Oh, cool.
And one to the mentor, and they build the same set together.
That is, now remind people also why it's so important that we have new toys and also not stuffed animals as far as the hospital environment. Because some people are just saying like, hey, why can't we donate used toys or why can't you reuse them? So will you just let everyone know why that is so important in this environment?
Yes, absolutely. So even in pre-pandemic times, we only accept new toys and non-cloth toys because everything has to be super sanitized. We have a way of sanitizing everything that comes in and keeping it really clean while it's stored in our office, so that we know when we give it to our families whose kids are immunosuppressed because of the treatment they're receiving, it's going to be safe. It's not carrying any germs. Stuffed animals and cloth, so things like blankets or dolls that have really, soft, squishy bodies, it's really hard to clean those and make sure that we're not going to be passing anything along to kids. Especially during the last year, that's been especially concerning. So we do request that all toys be new and not cloth based. So Legos, perfect, easy to clean that box inside, and everything inside is sealed up. So
okay, good. And then what else do you have to show us?
Oh, let's see. So another popular item, also good for Zoom, is craft kits.
Ooh.
So this is the craft kit where you can make little alien characters out of erasers. A kit like this is great because it includes everything you need inside. So you need erasers, you need some decoration stuff, you need a little tool to kind of cut the eraser stuff. And this has all of that inside. What that means is when this goes in a care package to the hospital, or if this goes in a care package to a mentor or a child's house, they don't need to open the box and then run and find scissors and tape and glue in order to do it. They can just open it and do it. So all-inclusive kits are awesome. Same with these. If we get two of the same, mentors and mentees can do it together over Zoom.
I love it. It's like HelloFresh of toys.
Yes, exactly. It has everything else.
I love that. Good. So Legos. And when you talk about serving all ages, like we serve, people in their early 20s and babies. So it's a huge range of ages. And so when you're looking at Legos and kits, really, do you have any particular age that you need more of, or is it kind of all over?
I will say teens do tend to be the hardest group to buy for. Teens, of course, are all starting to develop their own very unique personalities. And they're also super smart and quick at doing stuff. And so things need to be harder and more complicated for them. So kits that would interest teens in terms of crafts and Legos and model building too, like STEM.
Oh, yes.
So things like this. This is a model building kit from National Geographic that sort of hits on some of those engineering kind of things. It keeps hands busy and it's a little bit more stimulating, a little bit more cerebral than some of the other stuff. That's especially good.
So more challenging. I mean, the older the kids are, obviously the more challenging that we could do, but we need it for every type of age. So not just to buy, 3 to 5 year olds, because it is a huge, area that we cover.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We serve kids from birth. We've had kids that are under a year, all the way up through anyone still being served at a pediatric hospital, which can be, like you said, through early 20s. So
Mhm.
that closet has to serve a huge range.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. You could work anywhere in the world. Why did you choose the Children's Cancer Association?
Such a good question. I had spent a lot of years working in youth mentorship. I was a teacher for many years, and then I worked in youth mentorship in other organizations. And looking at Children's Cancer Association, I was inspired to work in mentorship, which is a world I knew and I feel passionate about. But
Mhm,
CCA serves such a specific, such a unique population
mhm,
that is facing a really different challenge than sort of the life challenges that a lot of the rest of us face.
mhm,
And the focus is not even necessarily on trying to fix the core problem, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nurse, right? It really focuses on the holistic approach to wellness, which is joy,
mhm,
right? And that
mhm,
spoke to me so deeply in the work that I've done in other places too. Finding holistic wellness
mhm,
really can have a bigger impact sometimes than trying to focus on some of the day-to-day other things.
mhm,
And so being able to spend all of my time focusing on specifically bringing joy and
mhm,
focusing through these individual relationships that the mentorship program provides. I mean, it ticked all the boxes of what I'd worked in, what I cared about, and what felt right
mhm,
to me. And it's been a great journey so far.
mhm. I love that.
Yeah.
And then as far as bringing joy all year long, so a lot of people donate to charities really only in December. They
Yeah.
think, that's the time people need it. But I always tell people, I'm like, food banks, everyone, they need food, toys, support all year long. So what are your deep thoughts on Christmas in July? And why is it so important that people really get involved in this campaign? What is it going to do when they press the button to add something to their cart for the Children's Cancer Association? How is that going to help it really spark joy
Mhm.
in the summer, but also how that's going to carry over just to really stock the whole closet so you do have supplies all year long?
Yeah, I love that you point out the carryover, because it's true. We have this big bulk of donations in both in money and in items all through December, which is true. It's really important. It's a season of giving and joy and all these things. But that 6 months into the year,
Mhm,
starts to be depleted. And we do our best to make supplies last. But when we have an injection of support in the middle of
mhm,
the summer where not a lot of other things are happening, it is a huge help. And then that helps us extend clear through to the next holiday season as
mhm,
well. And so having this like middle sort of checkpoint that allows us to refresh all of our supplies
mhm,
really helps us, like you said, make sure that it's not super exciting around Christmas and there's all
mhm,
kinds of new things. And then the summer, everything kind of tapers off and it's not
mhm,
as fun, because treatment, frankly, doesn't follow that seasonal kind of cycle.
mhm,
Treatment is for a long period of time, and it's difficult the whole way through. And so
mhm,
kids that are hitting tough points of treatment in July, we want to make sure that they have just as exciting, just
mhm.
as new and unexpected kind of items that we can offer them as possible.
Yes.
So yeah, and I had mentioned previously all kinds of unique items, especially for kids that are harder to buy for.
Mhm,
Gift cards are another thing that we really heavily use. And people can donate cash for us to buy gift cards with, or people can donate gift cards directly, because gift cards allow us to buy specific items. If the kid
mhm.
has a really unique interest that we may not be able to meet within the closet, a
Yep,
gift card allows me to go and buy that exact thing that is
yep.
going to bring them joy wherever they
Mhm.
are.
Good. And also you talked about gas cards, like people need money for gas. So tell us, how
Mhm.
can people start to make donations and then also specify if they want to make a donation that it goes to this campaign? So how can people get involved?
Yeah, so you can get involved by going to our website. Our website is joyrx.org/mentorship. That'll
Okay.
take you directly to the mentorship page. And
Mhm,
there's a button at the top to donate if you want to donate cash directly to CCA. If you'd like that to go towards gift cards, there's a comment section where you can just say Christmas and July gift cards. If
mhm,
you care what kind of gift card we purchase, you could also specify this is for
mhm,
gas cards, this is for Target, whatever it is that you hope that we do with those funds.
mhm.
You can also, on that same page, scroll down and there's an item list of all the items that we're specifically looking for. So
Okay.
things like the Lego kits that I
Mhm.
discussed and
Yep.
all kinds of stuff like that. There's also a list of some of the highest used gift cards that we like to see.
Okay.
And there's also an Amazon wish list link that'll take you directly to Amazon where you can just click and purchase. It'll get mailed directly to our office, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. So those are 3 ways you can get involved right on our website, joyrx.org/mentorship.
Woo! Well, that is the cowbell idea. And I love the word you used, refresh joy. You know, so keeping it fresh, because every single day there is someone that needs our support, that needs that spark of joy. So I want to thank you so much for coming and being a part of this campaign. I'm so excited for 2021 to be the biggest toy drive we've ever had, and also gift cards. So Amelia, thank you so much. Again, tell us the website one more time.
It is joyrx.org/mentorship.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas in July, and thank you again. And we are going to find out how we can all make a difference. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.